Yellow, mud mix.
In 2024, I am not voting for Donald Trump because he is not temperamentally fit for office. He is not putting America first. He's putting Donald Trump first, and to hell with democracy.
In 2024, I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump because character matters. The man has been convicted of sexual assault.
I will not be supporting Donald Trump in 2024 because I believe his interests are not good for America. Donald Trump is running for president because he cares about Donald Trump. I think a second Trump presidency would bring further turmoil within NATO, which I think that's his goal.
I just cannot vote for the man, and it can go from just being moral, from dishonest, from a criminal, and an insurrectionist. So he'll never get my vote, ever, ever, ever. I will vote Democrat.
I cannot support Trump again for many reasons. One is the January 6th attempt to overthrow election.
I refuse to vote for Trump again in his second bid for president, mostly because I feel that Trump is not a leader. He's a narcissist. He's egotistical. He believes he's above the law. He believes presidential immunity should be enforced even after his presidency when he's no longer president. He has time and time again proven that he is not right for the country. I think Trump really wants to be a dictator, and he said that from the get-go.
I can't vote for Donald Trump. I think he's too much of a risk for our country, our democracy, our way of life. The way I believe he's hijacked the Republican Party and is taking them in a direction that I just, at the moment, can no longer support. The whole MAGA movement. Donald Trump is not of the same. He is not a great leader.
I could never vote for him again. The primary reason for that is I don't think that the man has the moral character required to function in the Oval Office in a way that we as the American people can trust him.
I cannot vote for Donald Trump in 2024. He's a narcissist. He's a pig. He thinks he's right and everybody else is wrong. And he's just a devil of a person. He's not a likable person. And he is not presidential in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And America needs a president who can stand on the world stage that we can be proud of. And there's nothing that I can be proud of with Donald Trump.
I refuse to vote for this man ever again based on how he handled the pandemic and how he handled losing the election leading up to January 6th. His behavior was unacceptable, reprehensible, and vile. As far as I'm concerned, he's a criminal, and he's been indicted. I think 88 indictments against him.
I will not be voting for him in 2024. I'm very upset with Trump, with his scorched earth policy that he seems to be going to implement in his term if he is elected. I'm very, very scared that he will spend most of the time in the Justice Department going after his enemies or his perceived enemies. I just don't trust him. Our country needs to be led at this point and not just have his own personal vendettas. Donald Trump seems to have a love affair with Putin, and I don't quite understand it. But with our NATO allies being very upset with the aggressive nature of Putin, with our Ukrainians, I just feel that the love affair has to stop and our country would be in danger.
When I see Trump out there, doing photo ops with the Bible and things just to hold it up, or just like throw out Christian buzzwords that he knows that we like, I don't believe Trump is really out here for us as Christians or even Americans. I really think he's out for himself. And
the reason I will not vote for Donald Trump again is there was not nearly enough progress made. Everything was always a battle. He is a divider. He's not a uniter. Trump and his clan are more about pissing off the liberals instead of making progress, crossing the aisle and working together to make America better, to make America great again. Donald Trump definitely wasted the opportunity to unite the country. I will not vote for Donald Trump again.
I will not, and I cannot in good conscience vote for Donald Trump. Why? because again, as a military member, he is not pro-military, and we're talking the United States military. He may be pro-Russian military, he may be pro-North Korean military. He's definitely not a friend of the U.S. military. The fact that Trump says he wants to do away with the Constitution, to me, is mind-blowing.
I think Trump has had a significantly negative impact on the party. I have voted Republican. I've been a lifelong Republican. And I feel like candidates who are viable for the next generation are not stepping up to become part of the future of the Republican Party. And I blame Donald Trump for that.
I think the thing that scares me the most is the way the world is going right now, and the fact that he wants to just align himself with Putin, get us out of NATO, let Putin take over countries that are slow in paying their dues in NATO. He said that Putin has the right to go in and invade. That scares the crap out of me, because, we need to support those countries and we need to help them to stay in NATO, because otherwise Putin will just take over these countries. And also saying that he wants to get out of NATO is absolutely ridiculous. In 2024, I will not vote for him.
I thought Donald Trump was terrible around the end of the election. It's the first time that I've ever known where there was a question of, the current president not leaving office. If he was in Black Lives Matter, he would be in prison. I will never vote for Donald Trump in this election coming up, or any election, because I feel he is a danger to the democracy of our country.
I'm not going to vote for him in 2024. When I think about Trump now, I just think that he's just such a con man. In all of these court cases that he says that he is not guilty, then why is he delaying them? For the sake of the nation, for the sake of the American people, let's get this thing moving forward. Do your court time. Show where you're not guilty, so we could just get on with it. But I think it's very telling that if these court cases, if he keeps delaying and delaying and delaying, he's got something to hide. He's got something to hide.